Dear students, let's talk about what kind of bank accounts you should open. When you start a new startup, you have to have your own bank account in the name of the firm that you have established. It may be a partnership firm, it may be a company, it may be any cooperative or society or whatever it is. So you have to open a bank account. The bank will require certain documents which you should have, like PAN card, GST numbers, registration of your firm. So these documents are required. If it is your partnership firm, registration is not mandatory, but I will still advise that you should get it registered. The steps are very simple. In your own district, you can go in DIC, District Industry Center, and from there you can get these formalities completed. Each district has one DIC, District Industry Center, that offers very easy registration and all these formalities. They also give you guidance about how you should proceed for the purpose of your venture or startup. So you should also search on Google, find out all the steps involved in registration of your firm, and in how to get your PAN numbers, how to get your GST registration, etc. And thereafter you have to get your bank accounts. The most important account that you should have is a current account. Current account doesn't give you any interest, but this is pure business account. It gives you permission to have n number of transactions, because in savings account or in other accounts you cannot have a very large number of transactions. For example, but if you have an organization where you don't have much financial transactions, then you can open a savings account also. Thereafter you can prepare your project report and apply for working capital loan. For working capital loan, banks also offer one more type of account, which is called CC account or cash credit account. There are some other variants also. In case of export business, you have packing credit loan and so many. In case of agriculture loan, you have agricultural credit cards or things like that. So there are many variations of this type of account, but the most popular type of account is cash credit account or CC account. Now CC account is one such account which gives you the permission to spend money without having it. Means suppose you are given a limit of, let's say, 10 lakh rupees. Now up to 10 lakh rupees you can make the payment without having that money. So the interest will be charged on the amount that you have withdrawn. For example, suppose out of 10 lakh rupees of limits you have spent 4 lakh rupees. So interest will be charged only on 4 lakh rupees, not on 10 lakh rupees. The interest is calculated on daily basis. So if today you deposit those 4 lakh rupees back in the bank, then you don't have, no interest is calculated. Tomorrow again if you withdraw, then tomorrow night again the interest will be counted for the amount that you have withdrawn from cash credit account, CC account. The CC account is primarily for working capital. Means you cannot use CC account for buying fixed assets or for your personal expenditure. You have to use CC account exclusively for working capital requirements of your business. Now you may ask, what is working capital? Working capital means all those expenditure or assets which are required for running day-to-day business. Now these assets and these expenditures are not something fixed in nature. For example, if you wish to buy a building, that is not working capital, right? So buying building is a fixed asset, and therefore this expenditure you cannot incur from CC account, because this is not part of your working capital. But you want to buy raw material, it's a working capital. You want to pay to your workers for wages, salaries, yes, it's working capital. You want to spend some money on improvement of your machines, on maintenance and repairs of your machines, yes, it is working capital. But you want to buy plant and machinery, it is not purchase of working capital, so you cannot make this payment from CC account. So you have to disclose to the bank what are your working capital requirements. You have to tell, they have a for pro forma which you will have to fill up, through which they will come to know what is your expected sales in a year, what will be your working capital requirements in a year, and they will allow you to use cash credit account, and they will keep on monitoring your cash credit accounts. If your transactions are not proper, they will object. They will ask you to have proper transactions. You want to buy plant machinery or you want to buy building, you should apply for term loans or for some long-term loans. You should talk to the bank because you require them for as fixed assets. However, if you are a real estate dealer, then buying a building may be a raw material for you, because you may buy a building and furnish it and sell it again in the market. So for somebody who is engaged in real estate trading, buying a building may be a raw material because it is your business. You buy a building and sell it. There are some people who do this kind of business. So banks have various other types of loan accounts which you should inquire, and as per your requirements you should have those kinds of bank accounts, and all these accounts are now digitally available. You can operate them through your mobile, and you should keep proper records. As an entrepreneur, it is very important for you to know about fundamental business laws and follow them, because if you do something wrong, you cannot have this excuse that I did not know about this law. If you do something wrong just by ignorance, you are still a culprit, and the punishment as applicable in the law will be applicable to you also. The laws about business are very stringent now, and the government wants to ensure that everybody should follow these business law properly. All the business transactions should be done as per proper norms. Money laundering and other acts are there which you should know the fundamental of them. You can search on Google and find out about fundamental business laws that are applicable to every entrepreneur, and you should also know about them, because knowledge about business laws is not optional, it is essential. You should have fundamental understanding, and if you have any doubt, you should consult a chartered accountant or an advocate as may be applicable, because if you want to know about income tax, or how much TDS you should deduct, or how much return you should file for GST, etc., then you should consult some chartered accountant. And if you have some little bit doubt about some civil laws or some other laws, then you may consult a chartered accountant. So these understanding of the fundamental laws is necessary for everybody. And in any case, because if you have established a private company or a public limited company, or a limited liability partnership, or a society or a trust, you will have to keep contact with some chartered accountant or a company secretary for the sake of furnishing various returns and for compliances, because there are so many compliances, there are so many legal requirements, so you will have to keep a contract with them. Of course, if you are working in an incubation center like Atal Incubation Center in any center or in any other center, then probably that incubation center will help you, so you need not worry. So it is my suggestion to you, if you really want to become an entrepreneur, apply to some incubation center, give your project proposal, and show them that you are really interested, you have idea, you have tested it out, you have prepared a prototype, you have collected feedback of the customers, and you are likely to succeed. So if they get convinced, they can give you an opportunity, they can give you mentorship, they will help you, especially on marketing, on business law front, and on finance front. Their help will be very crucial, and obviously they will give you free office space and free mentoring. So that will help you tremendously, and that will also create a good ecosystem, because when you will succeed, you will encourage many other people also to become successful, and people learn from each other. You learn from your other colleagues who might be getting mentorship there in that incubation center, and they will also learn from you. So it's a mutual learning. So we want that in every university there should be some incubation center. Every university should have and entrepreneurship cell. Every university should have a culture of entrepreneurship, and every educational institution should impart fundamental training, awareness building, and motivation workshop for their students about what is entrepreneurship and how can students become entrepreneurial. Because students have very high potential to become successful entrepreneurs, because they are very quick to understand how to use technology to serve mankind. That is very crucial for success in entrepreneurship. If you know how to apply technology for serving the mankind, you have every possibility of success as an entrepreneur. Best wishes.